so as you can see, I am baking today. I'm not in a mood to bake right now because I feel like I have so much that I need to do. Baking tips and tricks. So I have like perfected my sugar cookie recipe. It took me a while, but I got it. All right, so here are the sweet 16 heart ones, and here are some 16s. 2 kids meals for the kids. Get home, splitting everything up, and one of the kids meals had only cane sauce and a toy. No food, no food. I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, so that's a good lesson to learn. So like I have always learned to always be nice about things instead of, you know, getting worked up, because honestly, it's not worth it. So. So, as you can see, I am baking today. I'm not in a mood to bake right now because I feel like I have so much that I need to do and I'm not 100% feeling well. My allergies are really bothering me and I'm so stuffed up that my throat's hurting me. So I feel like icky. I don't feel like 100% myself. Like this is something that I'm just like, I can't do, like I really don't need to do right now, but I like when I'm not feeling well, but like cleaning or something I can do because I like just keep moving. So, but anyways, baking tips and tricks. So I have like perfected my sugar cookie recipe. It took me a while, but I got it. Years ago, I used to have Gianna help me with my sugar cookies. Like I could not roll them out because I sprained both my wrists before and they're just not the same. Like after a while, like it really bothers me, but I now don't even need anybody's help. Like I really did this well. So you can totally tell the difference between butters. So I had a pack of 4 butters for Oberweis or Creamery, and I really like, they're a little bit more expensive, but I feel like if you spend a little bit more on butter and get like that good creamy butter, it works out a lot better when you make sugar cookies. Because then I had 1 stick of just regular butter and you can tell the difference. The regular butter was more softer when everything like kind of was not hard anymore, and then obviously it gets easier to work with, but I can totally taste the difference. So I'm making these cookies for Riley's Sweet 16 party. And I'm so mad at myself because I made a sample batch like last October, made the cookies, no problem. I actually took dough and froze it, which I still have. It might not have been in October. I think it was actually November. I don't know, somewhere around there, but it was about 5 months ago. So I actually do have sugar cookie in the freezer, and I'm gonna actually take that out as well because I did my dough into fourths. So 1/4 of my dough I put in the freezer to test it out how it is. And somebody actually on TikTok live, when I was baking cookies on live, she told me roll it out. It's a lot easier to defrost. I was like, oh, I never thought that. So I rolled it out, put parchment paper in between, in a freezer bag, it's in there. So it was just to try it, and I'm gonna see how that works, because if that works, I love making cookies and I love decorating, but my problem is this part. Once I have to put the flour in with what I'm gonna tell you what's in here, it's a pain. I love using my hand mixer. Like this one is a lot better than my KitchenAid. In the future, when I'm like really on a baking kick, I'll go ahead and start using my KitchenAid, but it's just like right now where I'm just like, when I feel like I'm not really in that mood to bake, I'm like, ugh, I just like using my hand mixer. It's a lot easier. So, what I do first is I mix like my butters and my sugar, and if there's baking powder and baking soda, all those non-liquid items, I put in here. The only thing I don't do is flour. I mix those in there, and then I do all my liquid at once, my eggs, my extracts, what else? Salt, obviously, too. That's not a liquid item, but I have everything that I need in here minus the flour. So I will tell you what I've noticed is, I'm not gonna tell you what's in here because I have a secret recipe in here. But I will say, obviously, you know what sugar cookies vanilla is in there. That's no secret. I will tell you, but I'm not gonna tell you how much I have in here. I will tell you that if you make rolled out sugar cookies, obviously this is what I'm doing. It's gonna look like this. Like, this is what my mix looks like right now. And then I just add like 1 cup of flour at a time and mix it until I can't mix anymore with a hand mixer, and then I just start mixing. But I got the long nail, so that's just the hard part. I might go get a glove. But I noticed if I put this in the cookie gun, it's hard. If you add 1 more teaspoon of vanilla, I've noticed the gun works a lot better. Just 1 teaspoon. So that's a little trick I wanted to show you guys, that when you go ahead and do this, you know, it's fine, but then add the 1 teaspoon. And then flour wise, when I'm rolling out, it varies every single time. I do put, you know, I love the island that I have right here. I put all my flour out, I roll it out, put it on I have a metal rolling plan, and I noticed the metal works a lot better than the wooden. I actually got that and I got that fun. But yeah, just rolling it out, like, it's really easy. Don't be afraid to use flour, because when you use that flour and you cut those cookies, it works. Once I go ahead and get all this done and start rolling out, I'll probably feel a little bit better. But my goal for today is to at least bake the cookies. I had Riley pick out what cutters she wanted. I had a crown and a shoe and a dress and a cake and a 16 and a heart that says sweet 16. And I told her, I'm like, I'm not gonna make all these cookies. One, I'm like, I never did what I wanted to do back then. Like, I baked all these cookies and we ate them. But I never iced them. So I never got to play around with what I wanted them to look like. So I'm like, I have no idea what to do for a crown. And I looked at the shoe and I'm like, the shoe is very fragile. The heel is very thin. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna do those. And then there was the cake and the dress. The dress is huge. And I told Riley, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do the dress because I feel like I'm not gonna get as many cookies. And then there was the cake. And I'm like, if I do a cake, it's just gonna be plain white with like navy blue icing. Her theme is navy blue and gold. And she's like, honestly, she's like, don't do the cake. So I'm just gonna do 16s and the heart with the sweet 16. So I haven't decided what colors I'm gonna be doing. I did buy this royal blue food coloring, which I've never used before, this brand, because I also bought brown and do poop emoji cookies for Christmas, which I never did either, but I cut those cookies out. But I haven't like truly decided what I'm gonna do. So I know like with the 16, I have like, I could go ahead and color the cookies like I did for my 40th, which was color it the color and then take the pen and I've got edible markers and I just went ahead and colored it. It made a little slit in between so you can tell which is the 1 and which is the 6. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna have to play around with it. So, but yeah, so like I said, I'm making cookies today. It's pouring rain outside. So it's like a perfect day to bake cookies. I just don't feel very well. So when I feel like when I bake, like it goes into my, and I wish I normally bake on Mondays. And because when I do our kids' birthday parties, normally I bake cookies on Mondays. I decorate them on Tuesdays, bake the cake on Wednesday, decorate on Thursday, or I take a break on Wednesday and make a cake on Thursday and decorate on Friday. But yesterday I forgot to pull the butter out. So I was like, oh, I could have made them last night, but I'm like, ugh. I'm like, no. So, like again, show you guys, that's what I'm gonna do. It mixes really, really well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the dough prepped. done adding all the flour I need to in my dough, and I split it into fourths. So this recipe I doubled, and I feel like if I cut everything in half, because some things are a whole that I would have to cut it into a half, I feel it doesn't come out the same. So no matter what, I always make the double batch, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the freezer. But you can see this is what it looks like, and it is easy to roll and it's not sticky. So I noticed that when I add the last 2 cups of flour, I can't use the hand mixer. I have to go ahead and use it by hand. I put the 1 cup in, but the last cup, I literally, as you guys saw, like have to do it a little bit at a time, and I take it out and I roll it onto the table. So like I said, I use a metal rolling pin, and I find it's really easy. And I'm gonna tell you, I got this and 2 trays from FabFitFun. Not the last time, but when I was starting new cookies after I got this, I kept forgetting to use the cookie spatula, and this is amazing. So, I also know too that when I bake cookies, I do not grease my pan, the sugar cookies, because they will, they burn faster, and then, you know, it's easy if you just go ahead and let them cool a little bit and then take them off. So the only thing I need to go ahead and start getting is a cookie cooling tray, because that's actually something I don't have. So, all right, so I keep all of my flour and my sugar in these kind of containers, and I actually just got done filling them up. Normally when I bake cookies and I'm making like a lot, I will use the bag of flour, and then when I'm done, I'll put everything in here. But I don't fill them up that much. All right, so let's see. And like I said, I just roll them out, and you can tell like these roll out how I said, like I perfected like how I like these cookies, and how they work for me. It took a while, but I perfected it to how I like it. The next thing I'm kind of working on is eyeing the thickness of the cookie. So, because obviously like sugar cookies don't rise, but I want to say this recipe makes 36 cookies that are probably like half the size that I'm making. So, but now that I did the dough, bless you, Mason, you're welcome. Now that I did the dough, I'm not as bad of, like, now I'm okay of finishing up these cookies for the day. So, I just do that. And I like, I don't really have to flour the rolling pin. Kind of just, the metal, I don't know, the metal I feel helps. I don't know if you guys need to use a wooden or a metal rolling pin, let me know. But I really do think the metal works a lot better. All right, so here are the sweet 16 heart ones, and here are some 16s. And then this is what I did with the leftover dough. So what I did is I took parchment paper and I just layered it in between rolled out dough. So it basically is cut here and then just kind of like a circle like that. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer, and then when I need dough again, it's nice that, you know, you can keep, that's my problem, is making the dough. I don't always like doing that, but once I do that and I can roll it and cut it, then I'm good. It's just prepping it. So now that I have all this done, it's a lot easier for when I need to make more cookies. All right, so we got pains today. So we had a problem. So Riley's birthday, what I do is, it's not just her birthday. So what I do for the kids on their birthday is they get to have anything that they want for lunch. I will go out and I will go get them whatever they want. normally the kids only eat, like it's whoever's birthday it is.
Where do we put it?
I will take it. Normally it is whoever's birthday it is, they only get a lunch, but since it was on Sunday, everybody got it. And then for dinner, they either get a choice of going out wherever they want to go or whatever they want me to make. I make it, but everybody's involved as a family. So, we ordered canes. I've never ordered canes before. We just, like, Paul's gotten, like, just, like, you know, just the chicken strips and then fries, whatever. So Riley's like, I want this box with 2 toast, no coleslaw. I'm like, okay. Paul's like, do you want to split something with me? I'm like, sure. So we get the Caniac combo, okay? We got an extra order of fries. Figure me and him will have like our own order of fries and then we'll just split the nuggets. 2 kids meals for the kids. Get home, splitting everything up. And one of the kids meals had only cane sauce and a toy. No food, no food. I was like, this is crazy. So I called, I was really nice. The girl who was on the phone was super, super nice. She's like, please tell me you're really joking that there was no food in the kids meal. And I was like, no, there really wasn't. And she's like, do you want to come back and pick it up? And I'm like, honestly, I'm like, you're like almost 20 minutes away. I just got home. It's my daughter's birthday. I really don't want to go back right now. And she goes, you know what? Let me get your name down and I will remake the whole entire order for you for another day. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So, you know, we had the canes. Riley didn't even finish her canes. She's like, I'll give the 2 pieces to Mason. He'll be fine. Because he was the one who was sleeping. So then it gets better. They were really, really sweet. Like, they were so understanding here. It was just really funny. So I go in there and I explain, give them a receipt. You know, good thing I brought the receipt. She said I didn't really have to. And the guy gives me 4 medium drinks and I go, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be like mean, but I'm like, first of all, I'm like, wait, the one comes with a large drink, 1 medium, like, but I need 2 kids drinks. I don't want this much pop. So he's like, okay, yeah, he's like, oh, that's fine. So, you know, he switched out to have like 1 medium, 1 large, and then the 2 kids drinks. And then they bring the food. And I told him, I'm like, you know, can you remind the guy that it's 2 toast, no coleslaw? Because Riley does not like coleslaw. So they give me the Caniac box, no problem. They give me Riley's, the box one, and there's 1 toast and coleslaw. And they give me only 1 kid's meal. I'm like, I don't mean to be like rude or anything, but you guys didn't give me all the food. And he goes, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, she's supposed to have 2 toasts and a coleslaw. I'm like, and you only gave me 1 kid's meal and I'm missing the extra fry. Because if they didn't give me the extra fry, then I would have bought it. So then we still had, you know, enough food for whoever was eating. And he goes, no problem. So they gave me the food. I told him, I like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But they were so nice in there. So if you ever have a problem, you go to Cane's, like when you call them, don't be rude. I mean, with any place. You're repeating me?
I said, I said,
but yeah, no. So I always learned, like, don't be rude. Don't give negativity, even if they mess up your order or, you know, obviously it gets wrong. If you call and you're nice about it, normal places, like, they'll bend over backwards for you to make things right. So more of the story is, like, you always should kill somebody with kindness. I know you shouldn't say kill, but, you know, that's the saying. So, but like I said, like, as long as you're nice, like that vibe goes off of other people. And like I said, like, she didn't just offer me 1 kid's meal back. She offered to replace everything, you know, because she's told me, she's like, well, you know what? I appreciate you because you're not being rude to me. There's a lot of people who are rude and I don't, you know, feel like bending over backwards for them. But she's like, you know, you were, I really appreciate it. I am so, so very sorry. But yeah, so that's a good lesson to learn. So like, I've always learned to always be nice about things instead of, you know, getting worked up, because honestly, it's not worth it. So we're having canes today for dinner again. I've like never had so much canes before. But Riley could like live on canes. But yeah, so we are eating canes. These kids are hungry. I'm gonna get their food.
these a little while ago. They're just drying. I'm gonna tell you, complete disaster. So these weren't that bad. I mixed a royal blue. I've never used that color before, like the brand, and it dyed my fingers. So that's, you know, very fun. I have no idea what was going on with my white, but as you saw when I first started doing the cookies, I was outlining everything, and then I was gonna fill it in with the blue, and I scratched that idea. So I don't know, to me these look like a disaster right now, but I'm learning. I've never did a cookie like this before with the intent of saying something, but when I put the blue on there, at least these ones over here, it's gonna look like it's bold, like there's a background. I'm learning. I'm not a professional. This was the fourth one that I did. It's kind of there, but it's kind of not. Then all of these are just solid white. I have no idea what was going on with the white. It was starting to, some of it was like liquidy, and then some of it was a little bit thicker. You can see this one's barely got icing on there. It was pouring over. Hot mess. Lesson learned, when you don't feel good, it's not a good idea to make cookies. My allergies are really kicking my butt. But if you guys make cookies, if you guys got any advice, I would love it. But at least I know they taste good. So I'm kind of glad I only made 15 and 15. I really have to let these dry. They've been drying, oh my goodness, drying for about 2 hours. So my plan is I'll show you. These are my play around cookies that I have. I'm thinking I'm gonna take Riley's name. I was just playing, I'm not gonna write that small. I was thinking of taking Riley's name and writing it from here to here in cursive, but I have to wait till they obviously dry, so that's why I'm waiting for a little bit while. I might do a couple with some stars. I might just do dots. I haven't decided yet, but that's what I was thinking of doing with the 16. Or maybe I'll take a couple and just do Riley's name. Maybe I'll take a couple and just do dots on the 1, a few of just the 6. I don't know. I was just going to play around with it because obviously these are my own daughter's cookies and not somebody else's. But I wanted to play around. And then I was playing around with the Sweet 16 cookie. So the navy blue, it was a little too watery. That's why I was playing around with this before I put it on the 16. But fell right in. Looks nice until you get over here. So I just made a couple extra. These are going in the garbage unless the kids want to eat them. But I was just, you know, playing around. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like the background's always easy, but making a design, I have no idea. I've got these over here. Some white pens, regular colors, and some metallics. I've used them before. I like them a lot. It was cute. I made teeth ones with braces, and the silver ones were like perfect. So I'm going to use probably the gold, obviously, with this. And I don't know if I'm going to use the metallic blue and write 16 or take the icing and ice it on there, make it kind of 3D. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some and just play around with it.
All right, so girls are at dance. Mason and I are just waiting around until I have to start doing pickup. He ate dinner. So I got for Paul and I not normal McDonald's. I don't normally crave McDonald's, but I don't know about you guys. Today's Ash Wednesday, and we're not supposed to be eating meat. And obviously on Fridays we don't eat meat. But for some reason, I always crave filet of fish sandwiches. Don't know what it is. So I got a filet of fish sandwich and fries for me and Paul. The kids don't really like filet of fish sandwiches. So I have to always figure out what to go ahead and make for them fish-wise, because we try to stick no meat for them. Riley knows she gives up something for Lent. She goes ahead and she, you know, obviously made communion, so she can't eat meat. But we still practice it with Mason and Bella, because if I'm not gonna make all these separate meals for everybody, and they'll eat fish anyways, which is really, really nice. So today I made the kids fish sticks and mac and cheese. And Riley's just getting mac and cheese because she doesn't like fish sticks. So sorry, I'm not really a fish stick fan either, because there's more breading to me than fish, and I really like to have the fish thing. But what do you guys do for Lent? I'm actually really curious. What do you guys eat for Lent fish-wise? Because I feel like all the time, like, we eat fish, like, when it's not Lent, like, all the time. Like, I try to stick with Fridays, like Fish Friday, but it's fast. But then, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to eat. It's, like, really weird. So, I have tuna patties I've made before. Those are really good. They look like burgers, but in the shape of a tuna. Or with tuna, not meat. And then I made stuffed tuna shells, which is, and you're here Barkley crunching. It is cream of mushroom soup with tuna. You mix it together, you stuff it in the big, huge shells and sprinkle cheese on there and bake it. Everybody loves it. Paul loves it. That's probably like the #1 thing we always do. But sometimes it's so hard to like remember to go to the store and get the big noodles because I don't normally carry those. But I'm curious what you guys do. Last year, I don't remember if we did this the year before or if last year was the first year we started. Paul and I actually like to go on Fridays and get fish somewhere. We fish fried hop, which is a lot of fun. And the kids are like, they don't really want to go. Anyways, by the time he gets home from work anyways, like, I already feed them something. Or we always get something. So for sure, like I always get like, I want to say like Ash Wednesday is the day that I always get the fillet of fish from McDonald's. And then the next thing we for sure have to get is from Culver's, their walleye. That's really, really good. So we'll get those. And then I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna research around. Let me know in the comments below if there's places you guys go to for fish fries or like fast food restaurants. I mean, I normally don't eat that stuff, but to be completely honest, like that's my calorie intake for today. It's so crazy today that I don't even have time to sit down and eat. So I, you know, drank all my water this morning, drank my coffee before my water, and then I worked out. I have 2 tablespoons of almond butter and then a rice cake. And then I just started drinking my, you know, energy drink. And then I'm on my 4th bottle of water right now. And I don't know, drinking all that water really doesn't make me like hungry all day. So it's like, okay, perfect. I ate an early dinner. I already ate mine. And then yeah, but yeah, so that's that little treat. So, and I'm not even bloated. I'm not even bloated, which is really, really awesome. I've been doing this new workout plan by KSL. Love it, love it, love it. They don't have a meal plan like Toned Up used to, but it's nice. So, but yeah, so comment down below if you guys, like, what do you guys do for Lent? What do you guys eat for fish-wise? Because I mean, I can make a piece of salmon or a piece of like I always do with like cauliflower mash and stuff, but sometimes like I like to do that when it's like normal every year, where I like to do stuff around Lent that like we normally don't do. Like I don't normally make tuna patties. I don't normally make tuna stuffed shells, or we don't normally go out and pick something up. But yeah, so let me know what you guys do for Lent.